People often say to me, so how do you know what somebody is, what color they are? And there are many, many techniques you can use to identify personalities. Let's talk about some of those, just some quick ones right now. They'll help you understand what to look for when you're trying to understand what color somebody is. So reds. Reds are very much in the moment in terms of being attentive. They do not have long-term patience. They don't want, in fact, I think of one red friend of mine who's a CEO, he did not have a chair in his office. If you have something to say, you can say it standing up. So reds do not show a lot of patience. They're not typically one for details. They are quick on their feet. They're quick with verbal responses. They're asking questions they want to know. They're not listening to your long diatribe that you want to share. If you're telling a story, for example, a red is looking elsewhere. They're not watching you because they're bored. They just want the bottom line. So you sense that kind of energy from a red. They're not interested in details. They want bottom line results. Another thing with a red is they don't typically are passive. They're more invested, like they're engaged. If they're passive, they're bored and they're uninterested. Because if a red is going to be involved, they're going to pay attention. They want it short and brief. They want the facts. They're not about the emotion. They want to know what the facts are they're interested in. If you're looking for a blue, they're much more conscious of time. Like they're, I should say, unaware of time. They're just living in the moment of connecting, like asking how you are and what you're doing. A red is not asking about you anything. The blue is asking about you. And they want to know how you feel about things. A red could care less how you feel about them, just the facts. But a blue wants to know what that means to you. And they'll often ask very personal questions. They may share something with you, and they'll kind of go off into a lengthy explanation of why something meant something to them, or why something happened and it was so hard for them. Reds tend to be more positive, blues tend to be more negative by nature. Blues want to pay eye contact. They want to connect with you. And blues want time to think about things. They don't like them when it's too rushed for them. They're very analytical, so they want to process the things that they're thinking about. And they're very comfortable being close unless they're an unhealthy blue. Healthy blues like a closeness that's there. We'll go to whites. Whites will look like they're not paying attention, but they're thinking. They're very deliberate in their thinking. They will ask excellent questions if you'll give them time. If you push them too fast, they won't respond. They don't want to bother you, and they don't want to feel stupid, so instead of slowing down the process, they'll just simply avoid dialogue. But if you really want a relationship with a white, just give them the time to think about what questions matter to them. They also are very intuitive of kindness. If you're rude or brusque, they will not engage. They're not going to get hurt. So if they sense that you're kind and that you are inquisitive and that you're interested, they will give you data. If you get a white talking about something they know, they won't stop talking. They absolutely love specific things they know about. And they don't get bored as quickly as like a yellow would. They're very comfortable with silence, for example. That doesn't bother them at all. In fact, if you can't be quiet with a white, they struggle with that. I remember one time at college, my white brother, I was yelling, who knows what, one day on a Sunday afternoon, and he came out and he said, can't you just be quiet one day of the week? And I think that's typical for whites. They don't really need that brusque, noisy, interruptive kind of exchange. They're not touchy. Whites don't tend to want to touch, and they like to have their own distance when they're engaging you. Now yellows, their eyes sparkle. They're kind of alive with interest. They're very enthusiastic. They use always and never, often, rather than minimal kind of conversation. Yellows are talkative. They talk about things that aren't even relevant to what you're doing at the moment. Yellows are playful and fun. You'll see them teasing you. They touch you. Yellows love to touch, to connect that way. They're very much laughing. Like they'll use themselves at their own expense, saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe what I just did. That was ridiculous. That kind of thing. They don't tend to pay attention to details. So if you're thinking that they should pay attention, you'll probably be saying, you have to say to a yellow, did you get what I just said? Did you understand that? Because you'll not know by the way they're interacting that they really paid attention to it. They're quick, they're vibrant, they're enthusiastic, they're optimistic, they're happy. They don't tend to play into slow, methodical, analytical exchanges. So how did you like today's video? Thumbs up, thumbs down. What are your thoughts? We'd love to hear your comments. We'd love you to subscribe. We'll be uploading 2 to 3 times a week, so we'd like to be part of that with us. It would also like you to look at our website, taylorhartman.com, taylorhartman.com. And we'd love you to stay current with us. Please ask your questions that you'd like me to respond to. Happy to do that. We're going to have a lot of fun together. Thanks for today.